Rev.io is a cloud-based billing and back office solution. Each client has their own unique URL for logging into the platform. It's typically a combination of the customer's name .rev.io. There is no limit to the amount of users you can have in the platform. We highly recommend that each user sticks to their own username and password to take full advantage of our audit log functionality. I'm going to go ahead and log in with my credentials here. The default landing page is a customer search screen where you can filter customers down by region, being state, city, zip code. Rev.io does a great job managing multi-location type scenarios, parent-child relationships. You can see a parent account noted with a P, 5 child locations beneath. The heart of Rev.io is the customer account. The page is divided into 3 core sections. We have a customer profile here at the top, billing and collections in the center of the page, and services and activity towards the bottom. Starting with the customer profile, this is where you're going to find the attributes and rules that will tell you how this customer should be managed. Some examples of the fields being tracked here are if an agent is being paid commissions based on the services on this account, the class of customer, any special usage rates. You can impersonate the customer and access their customer portal. Probably the most important would be the bill profile, which allows you to group your customers into different sets of rules, which is most typically used for managing multiple bill cycles. It can also be used for managing different brands and DBAs. Also in the customer profile section, we have a notes tab where you can track interactions with your customer. These can be broken into different priorities, and it can be categorized and filtered down by the user that created them. We also have an addresses tab, contacts. You can store as many contacts as you'd like and can customize the fields tracked on these contacts. The related tab will give you a breakdown of all of the relationships and any other accounts that are tied to this particular account. So we have a full hierarchy of these parent-child relationships. And then we also can just track general relationships between accounts. So they're financially independent from one another. But there's some type of correlation here that needs to be managed. The attachments tab allows you to store any important documents, being contracts, screenshots, addendums that you would need to access for this customer. There's also the ability to share this document with the customer in their Bill Center portal, which you can see as an option here on the right. The blue bar here at the top gives you a snapshot of all the different tickets, tasks, orders that are currently open on this account. Click on this number will take you to that section of the page. The billing and collections section is where you can find all information regarding a customer's bills and how they're being collected from. The first tab is going to give you a list of all the different bills that have gone out to a customer in order by date. And what's great about Rev.io is there's no limit to the amount of bills that you could send a customer any given month. So you have your automated recurring bill going out each month. If you want to send them a separate invoice for some hardware that they just purchased and don't want to have to wait to the next bill cycle, you have the freedom and flexibility to be able to create a one-off invoice under your control and send that to the customer very easily. We also give our customers the ability to reverse bills. If there's an error that happens, and instead of applying a credit, the customer wants that to be resolved immediately. Rev.io allows you to come in here, reverse the bill, pulls back all the charges on that bill, allows you to go through, make any corrections that you need to make. We'll remove this feature. Select the items that you would like to have on the bill, recreate a bill, and while the customer is still on the phone, email them an updated bill reflecting the correct amounts. Also in the billing and collection section, we have a ledger, the payment history, and Rev.io is PCI compliant level 3 for storing customers' credit card information and ACH information to be able to process payments automatically through the portal. securely. Billing in Rev.io can be as automated or as manual as you're comfortable with. By selecting the date you want your bills to be created, they will become available in your Create Bills queue. This gives you the opportunity to go through and audit your bills before they're sent out to your customer. You can even set up lead days that give your team the ability to set up times to audit those invoices. If everything is okay in this queue, they're then pushed into an email or print queue where they'll automatically go out if they're being emailed. And if you're printing them out internally, Rev.io will create a print batch for you or can send that to a third party to have those printed and mailed. Rev.io can automate the collections process when a customer is past due. By building out different collection templates for different types of customers, Rev.io will automatically notify your customer when they hit different grace periods of being past due. In this example, you can see that when this customer has a past due balance of at least $5 and they hit that 5th day of being past due, they will automatically receive this emailed letter. You have complete flexibility and control what these emails look like and what the content consists of. Rev.io can also set up automated phone calls through an IVR that will have somebody's voice from your team notifying the customer, giving them the option to make payments over the phone or just remind them to go into their portal and make a payment. You can configure these different steps and these grace periods for different types of customers in these templates. Then they can be assigned in the bill profile. There's global visibility into seeing how many customers you have in each of these steps under the collection summary. So if one of your steps is to make a manual phone call in your accounting department, they can come in here and see there's 98 customers in this queue that need to be called. Rev.io reporting comes out of the box with 80+ built-in reports that are automatically available to you the second your instance is stood up. And these range from billing, aging, CDRs and usage, all the way down to taxes. You have the ability to share these reports with your internal employees, your agents, and also your customers in the portals that we provide. We also give you the ability to set up subscriptions to reports. If you want to receive a certain report every Monday morning at 8 a.m., you can set those parameters. And you can also click the star here to the left to see your list of favorite reports. Rev.io also allows its users to create their own custom reports. If there's anything on that list that you don't see that you need access to, you have the ability to create your own queries without having to go into the back end and do any types of SQL. By selecting the source, you can move over your own columns, your own filters, and user prompts for creating your own custom reports that can also be shared and exchanged between your internal users, your customers, and agents. In the services and activity section, you can see a breakdown of all the services this customer is currently using. And by clicking on the line, it drops down and displays any additional products, features, packages that are tied to this service. This is also where you can manage DIDs, usage plans, and can even set up contract terms for individual lines of service. Different service types are categorized here on the left. And what's really important to note is that pricing changes can be made on a customer level and do not have to be done globally in the product catalog. So by selecting a service with products and maybe a package assigned to them, you can go in and make edits that will be specific to that customer and no one else using that product or service before and after. Tickets can be entered into Rev.io a few different ways. You can create a ticket on the customer's behalf by going through and filling out the standard fields that we have listed. Customers also have the ability to create tickets in the customer self-service portal that we provide called Bill Center, where they can select from a predefined list of ticket types, can select a priority level, assign a contact, write their own custom description, and send that into your organization. You can have different users automatically assign that ticket based on that ticket type that was selected by the customer. Agents also have the ability to create tickets And customers can email into a support address that can automatically create a ticket. There's global workflow views for seeing the status of tickets across your organization. So you can filter down tickets assigned to a specific user, to a priority, to a ticket type. Tasks in Rev.io are similar to tickets, except for the fact that they're internal. Customers do not see tasks, they are not updated when tasks are updated. So tasks are responsibilities that you're assigning to various users at different steps in the customer's lifecycle. Tasks can be grouped together to create multi-step workflow processes that Rev.io will automatically initiate and delegate between your users. Tasks are time sensitive. They can escalate after certain periods of time of being past due. And there's also global visibility into seeing the status of tasks across your organization. If I go into tasks and task summary, you can see tasks that are specific assigned to you. You can also see tasks that you assign to others. You can have global visibility into tasks by type, by user, by group across your organization. And there's also alarms that can notify you through email and through alerts within the system. Orders can be updated manually in this tab of the customer account or through automated electronic provisioning that Rev.io supports with several different third-party platforms and carriers. Requests or quotes in Rev.io for existing customers or for new customers asking for new services, giving you the ability to create custom PDFs that include terms and conditions, signature fields, and give a breakdown of the services, locations, taxes, and rates that you're positioning for that customer. The inventory tab is going to give you a list of all the different assigned inventory items that are specific to this customer's account. And these can be actual physical items like a phone, a router, a switch. It can also be virtual items like a telephone number, an IP address, a DID. There's global visibility for viewing inventory across your instance. This is where you can see across all of your different inventory types, what's available, what's unavailable, what's been assigned. And you have the ability to customize the fields tracked within each inventory item.